Hey, everyone! Welcome back to Quick Talkie, your go-to channel for practical tips, mindset hacks, and all things personal growth. I'm Myra, and today, we're diving into something we've all struggled with at some point: overthinking. You know, that moment when your brain feels like it's running a marathon, second-guessing every decision, imagining every possible worst-case scenario, and leaving you stuck, unable to move forward? Yeah, we've all been there. But here's the good news: you can stop overthinking and start taking action, and I'm going to show you exactly how in this video. Did you know that studies suggest over 70% of people say overthinking holds them back from achieving their goals? Whether it's hesitating to start a new project, doubting your career choices, or even overanalyzing a simple text message, overthinking can feel like a mental prison. But don't worry, today's video is your key to breaking free. In this jam-packed episode, we're going to cover everything you need to know about overthinking, why we do it, how it affects us, and most importantly, practical strategies to stop overthinking and start taking action. From mindset shifts to actionable tools and even a step-by-step guide to get you moving, we've got it all. So, grab a notebook, get comfy, and let's get started. Before we dive in, if you love content that helps you grow, take control of your life, and achieve your dreams, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you never miss a video from Quick Talkie. Also, drop a comment below and let me know, what's one thing you've been overthinking lately? Let's make this a conversation. Alright, let's jump into it. Understanding overthinking. So, what exactly is overthinking? At its core, overthinking is when your mind gets stuck in a loop, analyzing, reanalyzing, and overanalyzing every detail of a situation. It's like your brain is a hamster on a wheel, running endlessly but going nowhere. Psychologists call this rumination, dwelling on the same thoughts over and over, or analysis paralysis, where you're so caught up in thinking that you can't make a decision or take action. Let's paint a picture. Imagine you're about to apply for a new job. You start thinking, what if I'm not qualified? What if I mess up the interview? What if they don't like me? Before you know it, you've spent hours, or even days, stuck in this mental spiral, and you still haven't submitted your application. Sound familiar? That's overthinking in action. So, why do we overthink? There are a few key reasons. First, fear of failure. We're wired to avoid risks, and our brain often tries to protect us by imagining every possible thing that could go wrong. Second, perfectionism. We want everything to be just right, so we overanalyze to avoid mistakes. And third, lack of clarity. When we're not sure about our goals or next steps, our brain fills the gap with endless what-ifs. The impact of overthinking is huge. It doesn't just waste time, it can lead to stress, anxiety, and even burnout. A 2018 study from the University of Michigan found that chronic overthinking is linked to higher levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, which can harm your mental and physical health. Plus, overthinking robs you of opportunities. That job you didn't apply for? That business idea you didn't pursue? That conversation you avoided? Overthinking is often the culprit. Let's talk about a real-life example. I once knew someone who dreamed of starting a YouTube channel, maybe like Quick Talkie. They had great ideas, but they spent months overthinking, what if no one watches? What if I don't have the right equipment? What if I'm not good enough? By the time they finally decided to start, someone else had already launched a similar channel and gained a huge following. Overthinking cost them a head start. But here's the thing: overthinking isn't just a bad habit, it's something we can overcome with the right strategies. And that's exactly what we're diving into next. To really tackle overthinking, it helps to understand what's happening in your brain. Let's get a little nerdy for a moment. Don't worry, I'll keep it simple. When you overthink, two parts of your brain are at play: the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for decision-making and planning, and the amygdala, your brain's fear center. When you're stuck in a loop of overthinking, your amygdala is like an overzealous security guard, sounding the alarm about every possible danger. Meanwhile, your prefrontal cortex is working overtime, trying to analyze every detail to keep you safe. This combo can lead to something called cognitive biases. For example, there's catastrophizing, where you assume the worst possible outcome, like thinking one bad presentation will ruin your entire career. Or overgeneralization, where one mistake makes you feel like you'll always fail. These biases trick your brain into thinking you need to keep analyzing to avoid disaster, but all they do is keep you stuck. Research backs this up. A 2020 study in the journal Nature found that overthinking can overload your brain's working memory, making it harder to make decisions or solve problems. It's like trying to run too many apps on your phone at once, it slows everything down. Overthinking also spikes stress levels, which can lead to physical symptoms like headaches or trouble sleeping. But here's the good news: your brain is adaptable. By using the right techniques, you can rewire how you think and break free from these mental traps. Let's move on to the practical strategies you can start using today. Key points: how to stop overthinking and take action. Understanding overthinking definition. Overthinking is the repetitive, unproductive cycle of analyzing decisions or scenarios, often leading to inaction, e.g., rumination or analysis paralysis. Causes: fear of failure, perfectionism, and lack of clarity fuel overthinking. Impact: increases stress, anxiety, and cortisol levels, leads to missed opportunities and reduced productivity. Example: hesitating to start a project due to endless what-ifs, e.g., what if it fails? The science behind overthinking. Brain mechanics involves the prefrontal cortex, decision-making, and amygdala, fear response, creating a loop of overanalysis. Cognitive biases: catastrophizing, assuming the worst, and overgeneralization, believing one failure defines you, trap you in overthinking. Research insight, studies, e.g. Nature, 2020, show overthinking overloads working memory, impairing decision-making. Strategies to stop overthinking. Mindset shifts: embrace imperfection, aim for 80% done instead of perfect. Reframe failure as a learning opportunity. Practice mindfulness to stay present and reduce mental clutter. Practical tools: journaling, write thoughts to externalize and organize them. 5-second rule: count down 5-4-3-2-1 and act to bypass hesitation. Mel Robbins technique. Decision-making frameworks: use pros/cons lists or the Eisenhower matrix to prioritize tasks. Lifestyle changes: exercise, physical activity reduces stress and clears mental fog. Meditation/breathing techniques like deep breathing calm the mind. Limit information overload: reduce social media or news consumption to avoid decision fatigue. Taking action: step-by-step set smart goals, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound goals provide clarity. Break tasks down, divide big goals into small, actionable steps to avoid overwhelm. Build momentum: start with quick wins to gain confidence. Accountability: use partners, apps, or public commitments to stay on track. Handle setbacks: view obstacles as temporary and focus on progress, not perfection. Real-life inspiration: success stories show that action trumps overthinking. Key takeaway: small steps lead to big results if you start now. Alright, Quick Talkie fam, we've just unpacked a ton of tools to help you break free from the overthinking trap and start taking action. Let's do a quick recap. Overthinking is like a mental quicksand: it pulls you in, but the more you struggle, the deeper you sink. By understanding why you overthink, shifting your mindset, using practical tools like journaling or the 5-second rule, and taking small, intentional steps, you can rewrite your story. You don't need to have it all figured out, just take that first step. Now, here's something I want you to imagine. Picture yourself a year from now. You've stopped overanalyzing every decision. You've started that project, asked for that promotion, or maybe even launched your own Quick Talkie style dream. How does that feel? That version of you isn't some far-off fantasy, it's the you that starts today. So, here's my challenge: before you close this video, pick one thing you've been overthinking. Maybe it's sending an email, signing up for a course, or even just going for a walk to clear your head. Commit to doing it within the next 24 hours. Write it down in the comments below to hold yourself accountable. I'm reading every single one, and I want to cheer you on. This is what Quick Talkie is all about, turning big dreams into real actions, one small step at a time. If this video helped you, hit that like button. It tells YouTube to share this with more people who need it. And if you're new here, welcome. Subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss our weekly doses of motivation and practical tips. Check out our other videos on productivity and mindset in the description below. They're perfect for keeping this momentum going. Let me leave you with a thought. The philosopher Lao Tzu once said, "The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." Your single step is waiting. So, go take it, and let's make things happen together. Until next time, this is Myra from Quick Talkie. Signing off with a reminder: stop thinking, start doing, and keep shining. See you in the next one.